By the time John Edwards became a member and obtained a firearms licence at this St Mary's Gun Club, he'd already been knocked back by other clubs, putting the spotlight on just how effective the processes are for raising the alarm when it comes to gun ownership. After meeting for a couple of hours, little more than confirmation of how difficult this is.
Yes, firearms has played a role in this, but we know there are all forms of violence, so let's not forget what the cause of this is all about.
And when it comes to getting the family court involved,
I have today written to the Federal Attorney General seeking as early as possible an opportunity to sit down and discuss what can be done.
Eddie Meyer, NBN News.
Supermarkets across Australia have recalled bags of frozen vegetables, fearing they could contain a deadly bacteria. An outbreak of listeria has already claimed lives in Europe.
From early this morning, supermarkets have been ridding their shelves of potentially contaminated vegetables. 4 different brands, 9 different types of frozen goods, all pulled from major outlets after an outbreak of listeria overseas.
Listeria is particularly dangerous for what we call vulnerable populations, so people who are pregnant, immunocompromised, or who are frail and elderly.
While in healthy people, listeria causes flu-like symptoms, in those with compromised immune systems, the infection could be fatal. After just undergoing surgery, Max Dean bought a packet of vegetables on his way home from hospital, only to find they could be contaminated.
Very disturbing, because the doctors told me to be sensible on what I eat, and this was one of the things that was recommended.
The outbreak has been traced to a packaging plant in Hungary. Frozen vegetables were then sent to the UK, where there have been 9 deaths so far. Until today, products transported to Australia have been lining supermarket shelves at Woolworths, Aldi and IGA. The brands affected include Black & Gold, Essentials, Market Fare and Bell Farms. People who have already bought the frozen vegetables are being urged to throw them out or return them to the store for a refund. Anyone who's already eaten them and is feeling unwell should see a doctor. Frozen vegetables at Coles haven't been affected. For more information, visit our website.
Now to Gav and Morris with a quick look at our weather. And Gav, what's in store for Origin Wednesday?
Well, it's a little bit wet tonight around the Byron coast and around the northern rivers. We'll see a little more shower activity continue overnight and during tomorrow. Along the mid-north coast, Newcastle area, still the threat of an isolated brief shower or two. But generally speaking, it's another fine day. The cold nights, well, we're certainly feeling the chill. A little bit milder tomorrow throughout the inland areas of the northwest and the upper Hunter. But it's just going to get colder again at the end of the week. The weekend, though, all fine, still quite cold, but it is going to be dry and mostly sunny. But all of your local details headed your way a little later.
Thank you, Gav. Ahead in the news, why an increasing number of women are taking up jobs inside our prisons.
And a peaceful Prince Louis royal christening.
The Natural Confectionery Company jellies.
Those dinosaurs. Yep, with non-official colours, all flavours.
You can't eat those. You're a herbivore.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Get off me!
Giving. It's about being there when needed. To lend a hand. To do your bit. Giving's a part of who we are too. Your local club.
Good man, right? Timber shine. Refresh does the trick. And deep clean, brand new sheen. Gorgeous and it's more refresh timber and more refresh with Electro Dry. Refresh, Electro Dry, Electro Dry.
We tested our new Supreme range with top hairstylists.
Head and Shoulders.
Beth? New Head and Shoulders Supreme with argan oil leaves hair luscious and flake-free.
I can't stop touching it.
New Head and Shoulders Supreme.
2 incomes, 3 shareholdings, 4 dependents, 1 accountant. And I just got biology teacher Dave enough tax back to buy this thing. At H&R Block, we're fascinated by numbers. Book an appointment today.
It's Amart Furniture's mid-year clear with up to 50% off end-of-range Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Or get this classic 4-piece queen suite for only $9.99. These are in store only at Amart Furniture.
At Priceline Pharmacy, your world of beauty is waiting with the hottest, newest products from Neutrogena. Get the new Neutrogena Visibly Clear range now at
at the intro price of $11.99 each. Don't miss out. Offer ends Wednesday, 18th of July.
If you need tyres, you need O'Neill's. If you need a rego check, you need O'Neill's. If you need a battery, you need O'Neill's. And if you need a service,
You need O'Neill's.
servicing the Hunter for over 50 years.
Make your home the best on the block at Beacon's mid-year makeover sale. Buy one lamp or pendant and receive 40% off your second, plus great prices on fans. Catalogue sale on now. Let's go!
Mazda Outlet sale is back. Go to MazdaOutlet.com.au for big savings on run-out models, demos and clearance stock. Ends this weekend at MazdaOutlet.com.au and at your nearest Mazda dealer.
I thought my teeth were clean, but my dentist said no, there's still plaque. Switch your brush from this to one with a rounded brush head.
Oral-B is rounded to reach between teeth and gums, gently removing plaque for healthier gums. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
The thought of confronting a rioting prisoner is not exactly the career many parents have in mind for their daughters.
But the corrective services sector is attracting increasing numbers of women excited by the diversity and challenges of life on the right side of the prison system.
A training drill today. A scenario that could become all too real tomorrow. One last practice run for the minister. The final formality before a career in our state's prison system. Our latest batch of corrective service officers come from all walks of life, each with their own story and reasons, like Carl Butterdeen, the former shearer from Inverell.
Just getting old and getting too hard on the body, and yeah, just like I said, just want to be a good role model and make a difference to the community.
And Chanel Van Rooyen, a criminology graduate from 2 hours west of Moree, in her final year of law school.
At the end of the day, I sort of do want to go into becoming a prosecutor, but like a lot of trainers here have told me, you know, being a correctional officer doesn't just stop there.
While for Purdy Mitford Burgess, it's about contributing to society.
This was a career change where I could get more actively involved. So being on the ground and keeping a community safe. So that was sort of the turning point at 36.
So we've got hairdressers, coppers, we've got tradies, which says to me that corrections is not only being seen as an employer of choice, but it says to me that the corrections system is reflecting the broader Australian community, and that's healthy.
So is the number of women choosing this career path, undeterred by the prospect of facing some of society's worst.
It boosted my confidence, showed me that I actually had the tenacity to actually do the training. That was really good for me.
As the class of 2018 embarks on their new journeys as corrective services personnel, the issue of an increasing casualised prison workforce remains. Of the 27 graduates, just 2 will become permanent employees. The fix, according to the Public Service Association, the stroke of a minister's pen.
Well, for me it is, but for the system it's not, because they have to find permanent billets for them. They've got to make sure that the jobs that are created are not just created to fill employment, that they're created to make sure that a jail is serviced and well serviced.
With an overpopulated prison system, that shouldn't be a difficult task. Stephen Mount, NBN News.
Britain's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson has resigned in spectacular fashion, leaving a crisis threatening to topple the country's Prime Minister, Theresa May. The PM is now struggling to keep her government intact.
To recognise the passion that the former Foreign Secretary demonstrated in promoting
Order! In the unseemly atmosphere. Prime Minister!
Thank you. That the former Foreign Secretary demonstrated in promoting a global Britain to the world as we leave the European Union.
It's been revealed UK woman Dawn Sturgis was killed by a high dose of the nerve agent Novichok. The mother of 3 had so much poison in her system, Scotland Yard detectives say it's likely she and her critically ill boyfriend handed a container that once held the deadly chemical. Police believe the container was dumped by alleged Russian assassins in a Salisbury park after former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter were poisoned in March.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their children have made their first public appearance together as a family of 5. The royals gathered for the christening of Prince Louis, but there were some notable absences.
They look like a royal happy family. The Cambridges, all 5 of them, together at an official engagement for the first time. 11-week-old Prince Louis was asleep in his mother's arms, meeting the man who would christen him, the Archbishop of Canterbury. His Uncle Harry and Auntie Meghan walked just behind. The service itself was private, but involved water from the River Jordan and Louis' 6 godparents, including some of Prince William's best mates and Kate's cousin.